Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about
why we think our prayers are not getting answered. And this is not telling you how we ought to pray, or maybe we're not praying the right way, but this is just a story about me telling you
why my prayers are not getting answered. And if you see that there's something that you can relate to it, let me know. First of all, I want to remind you that you are so beautiful and you are so loved, and welcome to this channel. If you're new here, please do not forget to subscribe. Feel free to like whenever something hits you, or you're like, yes, I totally agree to that, or share this video. And please leave a comment so we can all get to walk this walk and talk this talk together. We're not meant to do life alone. So
I'm going to be pulling this out to get some things ready. I hope it's recording. Alright, I'm sorry. Alright, we're back. So,
why are my prayers not getting answered? We always ask ourselves, or I tend to ask myself this question: why is my prayer not getting answered? Two things that I got to figure out is,
it could be more,
but these are the two main ones. One, am I making the right prayer? Am I making the right kind of request, right? Because look at what the psalmist says. It says, delight in the Lord, delight in the Lord, and he will give you or grant you the desires of your heart. Then I ask myself, am I actually delighting in the ways of the Lord? I just tend to forget about that part where it says delight in the Lord, and then I focus on where it says, and he will grant you the desires of your heart. So it's like, okay, God, I want to do anything, as long as I want to just pray for anything, so you will grant me the desires of my heart. But the thing is, I have forgotten about the part where I have to delight in him first. So when I was in boarding school, we typically write a list and then hand over to my dad to have him help us buy the things or get the things or give us money to go get the things that we want. And usually my list was pretty long, but it came back as half of the things that I wrote. Through this, I look back now, most of those things were not even necessary, right? I was either just writing them because I felt like I needed them, but I really did not, or because out of what my peers had, what my peers always brought to school, I wanted to compare myself to what other people had. And if you haven't watched my first video, please go check it out, where I get to talk about this experience of myself comparing with other people. But yeah, are we asking for the things that we need or the things that we want? Or are we asking for the things that he desires of us? Because if we delight first in the Lord, then he's going to grant us our heart's desires. You see, if I ask more of pencils and pens and books from my dad, he probably would not even, not probably, he would not hesitate on giving me those things, because those were the things that I needed. You see, just our Father in heaven, we cannot ask for bread and he gives us stone, or ask for fish and he will give us a snake. The thing is, what are those things that we're asking for? Are we asking them with the right attitude? Ask yourself this question, like, Lord, search my heart, right? Search my heart. Uproot anything that is selfish, anything that does not belong to you, so that what your heart desires is those things that are Christ-like. Let us take an example of Solomon, right? When God asked Solomon, what do you want? Solomon knew that he was in charge to rule God's people, that he was given authority to rule over the Israelites, and Solomon asked for wisdom. Those are one of the things that God would want us to ask for, and he will give it to us. He will. And Solomon had wisdom. God gave it to him, and God gave more, because God was like, wow, is that all you're gonna ask for? Because I didn't see it coming. I thought you were going to ask for riches, ask for gold, ask for land, asked for all of those things that society would see or count as wealth. But Solomon asked for wisdom. And when Solomon asked for wisdom, God went above and beyond, exceedingly abundantly, and gave Solomon everything he could ever have asked for. So that's my challenge to us. Ask yourself, what are those things that I'm asking for? Like, when you pray over something, think about it. Like, okay, am I asking for this out of a place of selfishness or a place of service unto Christ? Am I going to use this to serve Him? Right? Remember, we are dying to self and living for Christ. All right, enough with the first point. I think I killed it already. The second one is, we haven't waited enough, or I just usually don't tend to wait enough. I just get impatient if my prayer requests, if I don't see things start to happen, right? But then it's because I am not faithful, because when we wait, we are faithful in waiting, right? Because even though we are unfaithful, we have a God who remains faithful. So what is your own part in the wait, as you're waiting for your prayer to be answered? Given that we've asked for the right things, I know you're already questioning, like, so what does it mean when I'm asking for the right things? I'm going to answer that in another video, but let me know if you want me to make a video out of that. But are we asking God and waiting? So we need to persevere, because then we're building faith, right? Because faith without works is dead. So when we have faith that we've prayed these things, then we wait on the Lord. We wait on the Lord. This is what 1 John chapter 5 verse 14 says, that it is with confidence that we approach God, that if we ask anything according to His will, He hears us. Remember, according to His will, He hears us. And when we know that He's heard what we've asked for, then we should already know that, okay, we have what we've asked for. Because that is faith. That is building up faith right there. It's like you've prayed for it and you're already starting to live in the moment of, Lord, my prayer is already answered. And I want to challenge you on these two things, right? One, are we making the right request? Secondly, are we waiting faithfully? Because I do understand that when we wait, in that moment of waiting, doubts may come up. And it's okay to doubt. It's okay to doubt for a certain period of time. But remember that doubt could sometimes lead to unbelief. And we do not want to get to unbelief, right? We want to keep being believers in the faith. And so thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming this far to this video. Do not forget to like it if you got any point out of it, and I hope and pray that you did. These videos that I make accompany my blog, which is called Broken Recovery. If you haven't checked it, I'm going to put a link down below. Please make sure you check it. Feel free to share this video. I want you to remember that I love you. You are so loved by the King, and you are never too far gone.